Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex. We look at the clips, these credits are lit.
Reaction, I'm back here with another one. Now, imagine being strapped down for execution after over an hour. They still can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, people are asking, was this justice or was the system breaking down in real time? Now, that's the story of Tony Carruthers. We got the Tony Danza Project, and we're going to talk about him, man. Today, we're going to talk about Tony Carruthers, man on Tennessee death row, whose execution was stopped after officials reportedly couldn't find a vein. They couldn't find the vein. I think they did it for over an hour. They couldn't find the vein. And now the bigger question is, should he even be there? Should he even be on death row? Is this an innocent man? And looking into the whole thing, it could be very well be an innocent man, paid informant, things like that. Well, let's get into it on the Tony Danza Project, man. The Danza Project. Let's get into it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to me, I talk back. Let's get into the content.
Exactly how did this happen?
They're talking about the debauchery execution or how I got to death row.
We're going to do everything in our power to help.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Tonight on the Danza Project, we're live on the line with Tony Carruthers, Tony Von Carruthers. You just went through a lot, and this is gaining national media attention. First of all, how are you feeling in this very moment?
I got chest pain, and I got weakness in my right arm, and I got a coordination problem with balance.
Now, according to the media and everything that we're seeing, right now, there's claims that you were set for lethal injection. This transpired last Thursday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're claiming that they couldn't find a vein and they failed. But what's your side of the story on exactly what went on?
They had trouble finding the vein. They poked me illegally 3 times in one arm, and then they actually got a vein in the right arm. And then they went to the left arm, and they got it in, but the poison, because they do some kind of test to see if it'll flow, and the poison wouldn't flow. So I guess they used a saline, and it wouldn't flow. So they came out the left arm, went in the feet, and it wouldn't flow. Went in the left feet, it wouldn't flow. And the doctor asked anybody in there, do anybody in here know how to go through the jugular? And then when he did that, he said, and my name, Mr. Carruthers, my name is Dr. Fowler. Told me who his name was. And then nobody responded to it. He said, we're going to do essential. And then the lawyer objected, said, you're not qualified to do essential. He said, yes, I am. And then the warden stepped up. They let him do his business. Finish, doc, do your business. And he went in my chest. And when he went in my chest, it hurt so bad. It was just excruciating. It actually kind of made me scream probably about 5 or 6 times. Not a scream, but a grunt. And then eventually he gave up, said, I can't get a central. And then once he came out of the chest, blood was everywhere. He came out the chest. And then he went back to he came up to my right.
Yeah, this sounds horrible, man. I don't know if I'm a fan of the death penalty. I guess I am in certain situations. Some people just need to go, right? You know what I'm saying? But in this case, with this particular instance right here, what's going on with this case out of Memphis, by the way, I don't know, man. I feel like he shouldn't be on death row. And then he went through all of that, like you pulling out needles, you got blood gushing out of the man's chest, and you can't find nowhere to do nothing with, man. Like, he really is a definition of, when it's not your time to go, it's just not your time to go. And I think God might have intervened on this one a little bit, or a lot, to keep him here, because something just isn't right with his case, man. And that sounds like a lot of pain to go through. Excruciating, man. If you're gonna do it, get it over with. But that sounds like, and they already executed somebody earlier this year. I think that was innocent too. Also,
right away from from the Central. And then they got a line right there. And then they did a check, said they were flowing. And then they just stood back for about 7 minutes. Everybody, I guess I was supposed to nod out or something. So when I didn't nod out, they got a phone call. And the warden said, they said, stop it. So they got a video recording in there. So apparently the people at either at the governor's office or TDOC central office saying that the poison wasn't flowing, so they stopped it.
Exactly what went
But
through
it
your
actually flowed.
mind?
That's why
What went through your mind the moment they tell you this execution is not happening?
in the middle of it, my lawyer said, Tony, God works in mysterious ways, because it wasn't working. And so I was believing in God basically the whole 32 years I've been here. So I never thought it would get to that point anyway, because I was framed by this guy in Shelby County who was a paid FBI informant, and we had been hoping that Donald Trump would intervene and get Todd Blanche to give Governor Bill Lee the FBI file to show that the informant had told the FBI that he had been framing people for law enforcement. So I was thinking that Bill Lee was going to step in and stop it, and that's because we had a campaign on social media. Kim Kardashian spoke out. We were hoping that Bill Lee was going to get the FBI file and see that this FBI informant then told the people that he framed me and several other people. So I never thought it would get to that point. But, of course, when you're at that point, you're at that point. But I never doubted. I actually kind of waited on that phone to ring, but it rang after like 7 minutes of
Sorry,
the
folks,
poison
got
not
stuck in my
affecting
cat.
me. But it actually did affect me, but it didn't kill me.
So what are you dealing with now as far as ailments and?
Now imagine this man's going through all of this stuff right here, and you know they don't have a lot of physical evidence on him with the situation. They don't have a lot of physical evidence on the situation, and not only that, the person that testified against him was a paid informant. It was a paid informant, like didn't know Tony or anything. Just got paid for his testimony. He said what he said, and it wasn't. They're saying it wasn't the truth. So you got all that stacked against you, and they still put him on death row somehow. It looks like to me they just were trying to find somebody to pin on the to put the murder on, just so they can solve the case. Say they solved the case. You know, it's not right.
Pain.
I got a weakness in my right hand, and I got chest pain, and I got a balance problem when I walk.
When you were sitting in that chair,
It was giving me pain medication. Yeah.
when you were sitting in that chair, I'd imagine that you thought nothing other than these are your final moments. How wild was it
Oh, never.
to know that, you know, God really was in your corner?
God put his wings over me and sheltered me the whole time. I was never in fear. I've never been in fear the whole time I've been here. I always felt like God was going to intervene. He put a calmness over me that everybody I talked to for the last 90 days said, Tony, you are really a strong person. This is amazing. I've been calm the whole time. And God showed up.
What was it like with
Did what God does.
What was it like when Kim Kardashian decided to help represent you and speak up and ask for more testing?
I have been waiting on it. I have been waiting on her for some months. I actually been writing about 4 years. And then it ended up that I ended up getting an attorney with the ACLU who was the mentor to the woman who actually is the mentor to Kim. And then after 2 months, the mentor to Kim took a phone call from me on a Thursday. And then the next Monday, my attorney came to see me and said, Tony, we got good news. Kim is going to speak out. And that was like probably...
It's good that Kim stepped up to help him out. And Kim, you know, they say a lot of stuff about Kim Kardashian and Kardashian was, but she has helped a few people get out of incarceration that was wrongfully convicted for crimes that they did not commit. And it's pretty crazy how you can get caught up in the system and and charged with something that you did not do, and ultimately get executed for it or sent down the road for the rest of your life, and the whole time you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? The other thing too, that before they did the attempted execution, he asked for more DNA testing, and they didn't want to do it for some reason. They didn't want to do the more DNA testing, and this is where people started asking. You know what I'm saying? Can you trust the system? Because if the guy's asking for more DNA testing, why not just give it to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, why was you so against it? It's just not right.
17, 18 days before the execution date. So I actually been looking for her for a while to come forward, but she gave it all she had. And when they stopped the execution, she gave God the glory. She said God intervened. She knew she did what she could. But I think she's still going to try to reach out to Donald Trump to get this FBI file from Todd Blanche. When the FBI file come out, you'll probably see me walk out these prison doors after an attempt to murder me on a conspiracy to violate my civil rights for 32 years. The informant that framed me was never around me. It's made up by law enforcement, and they just paying him to commit the perjury for him. His name is Alfredo Bernard Shaw. So,
wow.
And I think,
go ahead.
I think the last post that Kim Kardashian made was about getting Alfredo Shaw FBI file number 938188EA7. And if Todd Blanche is listening to this podcast or anybody at the Department of Justice, under Robinson versus me, it's 592 Fed 3rd at 738, prosecutors have an individual duty to get favorable evidence, people working on behalf of the government, including police, and turn it over to the defendant or to his attorney. They got an individual duty to give me that file. And I'm hoping that Donald Trump heard this podcast or his acting attorney general and get his FBI file to Governor Bill Lee.
Have you personally spoken to Kim Kardashian or anybody on her legal team since the execution attempt?
I've never spoken to Kim Kardashian. This is being arranged. Like I said, I wrote her house 8 times, and then I stopped. But I seen it on a podcast that she was on. A guy in Oklahoma wrote her 30 times. I thought I was going to run off. I've never spoken to her. I'm just getting messages
you can't give up, man. Especially you fighting for your life.
I can say who her mentor is. Her mentor is Jessica Jackson at the Reformer Line. And Jessica speaks to my attorney, who is the attorney.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about too, man. Just imagine, like I understand, like, if you think you're innocent or guilty, whatever you think of it, man. But just imagine what that room probably felt like or looked like when they was watching that attempt execution. Like, everybody in the room had to probably feel uncomfortable. Like, seeing that and dealing with that, like that had to be an uncomfortable situation in that room. Everybody. I'm talking about even some of the jailers, the people there, like, it just had to be uncomfortable. That had to be a crazy situation.
At ACLU in Florida. I've never spoken to Kim Kardashian.
Now, exactly.
She's helping me on the mail that I sent to her. Yeah.
No, go ahead. You could continue on.
Yeah, she's assisting me on the information I mailed to her house and on the advisement of her mentor, Jessica Jackson, at the Reformer Line, and my attorney at the ACLU. She's never spoken to me.
No.
I just need her platform to get the story out. She don't have to talk to me.
Yeah.
She just needs to try to get the world's attention on her platform, but she does for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
She just made a guy born in Oklahoma who has been on death watch 3 times.
See, made his bond.
A lot of work to help people out.
She does good work. She definitely does.
Yeah. She's been doing a lot of work.
Use her platform well. She's awesome. So she don't have to talk to you to help you. If she speak out, you being helped.
Yeah.
Well, when she put my story out, it's like the algorithm don't go out. It's viral for the last 7 days, and my reaching out to y'all to make sure her light don't go out.
Absolutely, and we're gonna do our best to get that out.
She'll post something.
Hey, man, I'm going to wrap that up for y'all, man. I don't want to make this too long. But if you want to see more of this, you go on the Danza Project and you go check out his interview he did with Tony Von Carruthers. Now, my take on that, on the thing, man. Like, do you think that the death penalty should still exist? Do you think it's still, you think it's inhumane to do that type of thing? Like, what do you think about? I know some people still feel like the death penalty should still be a thing, and some people feel like it shouldn't be a thing. I'm kind of in the middle with it too. I mean, if it's like a real crazy situation, and like the guy just is like a flat out murderer, rapist, or a pedo or something like that, yeah, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? But um, I don't know, man. I'm kind of up in the air with it, and you gotta have all the evidence. Everything has to line up. You can't have like a maybe maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, maybe she did it, maybe she didn't. We got witnesses over here that's kind of corrupt. They wasn't really there. They just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have everything. You gotta have your ducks lined up in a row and have everything coming right, man. You can't just be going out there trying to get a um like a prosecution, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just go out there and just trying to get somebody just to solve the case. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a little reward or what do you call that, man? I can't think. My mind is drawing blanks right now. But yeah, so you can't just go out there and just try to get the case solved just to get it solved. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got no evidence on the person, none of that stuff. You just putting them out there. That's wrong. You gotta have it all right, man. Cause you sitting some brothers and sisters, you sending them up the road, and they shouldn't be sent up the road, and they get sent up the road for crimes that they did not commit, and that's not right. Just for some of these people to get a promotion, that's what I was looking for. Some people to get a promotion. You talk to me, I talk back. Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Do you feel like is lethal injection humane? Should what about like they it means, do you think they should get like DNA testing, stuff like that to see what's going on? I think that'd be a good idea, me personally. Just let me know in the comment section what y'all feel about the situation. Talk to me, I talk back, man. Shit, man. Old head reacts, man. Y'all have a beautiful night, beautiful day whenever you're watching this, man. Y'all be well.
Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the clips, these credits are lit.